Hey everyone, and welcome back to another video. So in this video, I'm going to share with you 2 eBay sales I made on the 14th of August 2022. Well, one was like 2 minutes to midnight on the 13th, and one was on the 14th. So, but these are just made like the 14th. I'm just going to call these both 14th sales. Because I think even one sale was after midnight and the time zone. So, I believe so. Could be could be just barely before midnight, but either in their time zone, but either way, I sold 2 things, and I packed them up today. So this first item is a vintage Surrey 1872 token Spence Movers Blue. This is last item available, so I have one sold, and these sold for $3.79 shipped. I had 2 of these. I had Surrey board game at Porto. The cards were there's missing a couple of cards, so I couldn't sell the cards. And then the token, these like pawns. I think they're tokens, pawns, movers, different ways to say it, but they're mainly pawns. They're called pawns. Sorry, and they have blue, and they have 2 blue, 2 red, 2 green, and they have 4 yellow, and they're supposed to have 4 every color. And I sold a 1 yellow a long time ago, and then or not a long time ago, probably about a month ago, and then I sold a red recently, and then I sold another yellow recently, and I sold another blue. Just so blue, like almost at midnight. It must have been where they were playing a Surrey board game, or friends over or something, and then they were gonna play Surrey or something, and then immersed in a blue piece. So the person ordered it. So yeah, that's basically what happened probably. But or people might not be buying these for the Surrey 1872 edition, or they could just be buying generic colors. Whatever color they have. But honestly, I'm glad I sell these, regardless if I make any money or not on these. I paid money for a board game. I'm just happy to make a low profit. If people buy multiples, one of each color, about maybe 1 yellow, 1 red, or 1 blue, 1 green, whatever, or 2 of the same color, who knows? But if people do that, then or maybe buy 1 of these and 1 of something else, they make profit. But I'm just happy because people are selling these for $3.99, so I did like 20 cents off for $3.79. And because if it's 10 cents, we might buy it from the other seller. So, yeah. And those I've had for about 3 months. Close to 3.5. And then this is The World of Christopher Robin by A.A. Milne, 1955 hardcover. And it's kind of a weird first photo, but the reason I did this was because the front photo doesn't show like doesn't have like the title of the book on the front cover. It's kind of like a deceiving first photo, but I did this. And that is an ex-library copy, but it is mentioned in the description, as well as the photos. And the cover is not the greatest. I put this on sale, and I do markdown sales. Like more than 3 months is 10% off. 3/6 is 15. 6 to 9 is 35. And then 9 to 12 is 35. Then 50 from 12 months to a year, or 12 months to 18 months, excuse me. And then 60 from 18 to 24. Then 7, I'm gonna do from 24 to 30. Then to 2.5 years, which is 30. 2 years to 2.5 years, which is 30 months. That's 70, and then 30 to 36 is 80% off. So I'll probably just stop at 80%, do max 80% stuff, but I hope it, maybe sometimes a few pieces might get to that. But I only do stuff on sale if it's at 99 cents plus shipping, like my beanies are. That's the lowest I can go on eBay for it. 99 cents plus shipping. Or if it's like pretty dirt cheap, like maybe a buck and a quarter plus shipping, if they're like 25% off stuff. You can't go any lower, so I don't even put them on sale really. Or are these cheap items? Or are they really cheap items? You know, I'm not gonna put them on sale parts. Stuff that might sell in a day, might take a year, it might take a day to sell, but could take 2 years to sell. Stuff like that. I don't put on sale. Unless like there's the same brand that uses like that same generic part number in the title of the listing or in the description or something, and then it pops up in search. That one's cheaper, and they might buy the cheaper one. Yours is the better quality brand. Like if it's like sensor organ parts, I've had that where I listed one, I had lowered sale just to sell it because there's a cheaper brand. If it's the OEM brand, I won't lower it, but if it's that brand, it wasn't really selling. It was the oddball that wasn't selling. Kind of had us force it and sell, and it sold. So I don't know, who knows, but. And then I got 2 positive feedbacks lately, so I'm happy. And you can see the palms. The blue or the green I had 2 left, 2 none so. Okay, so 2 reals, 2 left. And then red, I have 1 left, but I have 2 watchers. And then I have 5 stars on IMAX script, 234. 5 stars communication, 245. 5 stars shipping, 244. And 5 stars shipping charges, 240. I had 4.9 out of 5 on shipping charges, but one person must have left a 4, either by accident or meant to leave a 4. So shipping was a 5 out of 4 or 5. But it must have been UPSM, but it's a 5 out of 5 now, because that one was a year old, so I got rid of it. Anyways, TMC McDowell 215, 342 feedback says, fits color perfect, great selling. So these must have been a sorry board game person that bought it for another color. Must be. What else did that fits color perfectly? Yep, and that's what it is. The yellow pun was either matches, like the new matches like a different sorry version, because it's cheap, or just doesn't care. Must have been, or was, and it was the color they ordered. So, and Summit underscore 30033 had a return name, but the merchant was extremely helpful. I never got a return. It's 36 days, so it's past the 30-day return. 30-day buyer pays return shipping, mister. 3, yeah. It's past the 30 days. It's past the 30-day buyer pays return shipping. My return policy is 30 days. But on all items, regardless if I charge shipping or not, the buyer has to pay for returning, mainly prevent scammers from returning. Because mainly if I have people that are returning them, like, if that's like an item, it might be a cheap item, and say it costs them $4 shipping, and it might be say a $10 item, it might cost them say $5 to ship it. If they ship it through eBay, they get a little discount, but even if it's $4 to ship it through eBay, it costs them say $5. They're not going to pay the $4 to return it. That cheap item, just live with it. But if it's like an expense, and then if it's like sometimes they might return it if it's an expensive item, if it's a big bulky item. I mean, even if it's it's free returns, they might return it, but even so, they want you packing it big, bulky. And I mean, I don't mind getting returns. I just don't want to have to pay for like a return label on a big, bulky item. That's mainly why I do free returns or paid returns. Make the better pay for the shipping. It's on a big, bulky item. I don't want to have the buyer have me pay for the return label if I do free returns. And it might cost me $30 to return it. Say like I sold that Cupcake hood for $19.99 plus shipping. If I had to pay for the return label, it'd be like $25 even if there was through eBay. So it'd be like $25 to ship it out. UPS. And then it would be another like $25 for me to ship it back to them. For them to ship back to me, it'd be like $25. And then it'd be probably $25 for and then it'd probably be it would be like $25 for me to ship it to them. And $25 for say them to ship it back to me. And then it would be $50 right there. And then the game was only worth $20 plus shipping. So I'd refund the $20. Withhold the shipping cost from them the first time. I'm still out $25. Still out the $25, say. And I'm getting a refund on this $20 easily. I do, but so I still get like it. And then the tax, the eBay refunds the buyer automatically in tax. But I'm still out a little bit of money in shipping. Still out $25. And then if it takes forever to sell, like I took a year to sell, 14 months to sell. Like there's no way I'm gonna take it back. There's some stuff like if like if I've had it for forever, like do I really want it back? Like do I really want to return it? Do I really want it back? Like there's a fine line in there too. Like, do you want a name that you've had for forever back? It might take forever. It might take that long to sell again. Like there's a fine line in there too. And then if for example, or if you say I have a name that you're paying free returns on, like if it's free returns and the buyer says, oh, it might say be $10. It might be say a $5 item. It might be say a $10 item. But say it cost you, even if it's $10 plus shipping, and say it cost you $5 to ship it back, you might not want to pay. You might just say, hey, you're keep the item because, or if the return label costs the return label, say it cost you $20 to return it for the pay for the return label. And it might be only worth say $20 plus shipping. Then it's like, why pay for the return label? Because you're gonna be breaking even. And then there's some people that will be like, well, and then there's the argument against that. There are some people that I'm never letting people keep the item and get a refund, or I'm never letting people get a partial refund and keep the item, no matter what. Even if I lose money, having them send it back to me, and if I resell it for say the same price, the same asking price as it the first time, I lose a little bit, but I don't care. I'm never training buyers to ship it back, keep the item. There's some buyers who will do that, even if they're losing money on the item. having the buyer send it back to them, but I won't do that if the cost of return label is honestly more if I had like a return. If I was in for returns, I would just let them keep them. Honestly, but that's just me. But I've seen a YouTube poll or something on that. Some person asked a question on that, and people were saying like if the return when really not, and there's some people that say like I'm always, I mean, like when you just let the person keep them and not return back to you. And a lot of people said if it's a free if it's the return label costs more than what the item's worth, or if it's say like just say it's a like say it's a 10 seasonal name for like $7-8 plus shipping, say it costs $5 to return it, then you might not even bother because if you're barely making anything after the cost of the return label and fees and stuff to send it back, and you're only making say 50 cents dollar on it, or you've had for like a very very long time, or and it might take very long to sell the next time, or if like the return label and you're barely making anything on it on the return label, maybe some who knows, but there's some people who will never do that. They'll always want to bet, but there's exceptions to that. Even with me as a big buyer pays, I never want the embed. I mean, I want the embed. Certain occasions, like there's certain occasions where the buyer would just send it back on their own, and I don't accept return, which is cool. And then I just resell news. So, but there's times I won't want to bet. Like if I can just handle it. Like there's one time, like I sent a whole lot of books, and there was only a couple left. I'm like, geez, did they take them out? Or the package or what? So I just did I think I did like a partial refund or something like that. And I think I refunded the buyer the shipping on that or something like that. So, but yeah. So it's not the same.